Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent, Mr. Hime. Hello, how are you?
Doing great. Things are going along. We got football season in full swing. Our MacArthur girls volleyball team ranked number 1. But once again, we started these podcasts over a year ago to talk about
COVID
and the pandemic. And here we are again right in the middle of it.
And it's a lot of stuff has come out within the last couple of weeks between the numbers and the spike and what the hospitals are going through, even down to Senate Bill 658 and the current injunction. So that's some things that we need to share with our families, what that looks like for our school district and how we're going to proceed from here.
I'm going to tell you the first one. I'm one of those people that this mask, I really, it's my favorite thing. I hated that I got to give it. No, I took a shot. I don't like needles, but I got vaccinated so I wouldn't have to wear this. But I'm pretty hard-headed, but when it came out in the paper that we got a tent city and we're having to put ER patients in a tent and in emergency, it's a little bit scary. And it says, okay, we at Lawton Public Schools, we need to reach out to our families and we need to find out what we can do to better, improve that situation. So we put a survey out, and it looks like about 75% of our parents would support a mask mandate. And if we can get 75% of our students wearing masks, the medical experts are saying it would make a difference. So, starting Monday, we're going to start wearing masks again. And I'm not happy about it. I know you're not happy about it, but I think if it saves somebody from the hospital, if it saves a student from being ill, if it keeps kids in class, then that's the most important thing.
Now, with the injunction that's out there and with the survey that we pushed out, there's some confusion about what the opt-out means. Can you explain that?
Well, if you look at the injunction and look at what districts across the state have done, they've listed you can opt out for medical reasons or religious reasons or personal reasons, and then they ask you to explain the three. My choice is, since 75% of us support it, if a parent wants to opt out, they're going to be able to check a form that says opt out and turn it in.
But we have to have that on file,
We do
correct?
have to have that form to opt out. So basically we'll start Monday. We'll give a few days to get those forms in. We'll get them up on our website. I know you'll get them out there. So it's a very simple form. We're not going to ask a parent to write a book or an essay or anything like that or get it notarized.
Right.
We're going to keep it simple because, again, if 75% of our parents support it, we feel we'll have a good number of students wearing a mask. We don't want to make this an administrative problem for our faculty and staff. We don't want this to detract from the education. We've already got a COVID gap educationally. This is not something we're excited about. I told somebody today I would like to be the superintendent of Lawton Public Schools outside of a pandemic. A big shout out to our staff for working through these months since I've been here. And we've continued to do some great things. Again, our volleyball team's ranked number 1 at MacArthur. We're doing some great things across the district. And our teachers are still working hard and show up. So, that's where we're at right now. Hopefully 2 weeks from now, we're able to say, hey, let's back off from this. We'll see where the courts go with it. But, it's two-sided. Some people say, well, I can't believe we're making our kids wear a mask again. And some are like, we should have already done this. Well, our hands were really tied until the courts made a decision, and the court decision still forces us to create an opt-out. So we're going to follow legally what we can to try to do the best we can to improve the situation for our students and our faculty and staff.
And we still stay in contact with the health department as long as our state partners, as well as our state partners. And we have our COVID summary page up online for families. And I know that's been helpful, especially with the quarantine, because even the quarantine looks a little different than last year where they were just saying you had to quarantine. Now there's different scenarios out there.
And obviously statewide, and again, we talk about this every time and that we encourage people to be vaccinated, but I'm not a doctor. But most doctors I talk to encourage people to be vaccinated. I know statewide the vaccination rates are going up, and there's a lot of people feel if we can get up to 80% vaccinated, we can knock this thing where we can get back closer to normal. So hopefully we continue to have people get vaccinated. We do know it's approved for 12 and over, and we get more of those students vaccinated to protect them, from the situations that, from the virus in school settings. but it is a part of our life now, and it's just something we need to do in order to protect our students and our staff and to create a better situation.
Sharing some good news regarding our students, we just received word, too, about esports.
Oh, yes.
Can you share what that looks like for the district, even though we've been doing it? But
obviously, one of my roles as a superintendent of Lawton, I was elected to the OSSA, the Secondary Schools Activities Association Board, and one of our actions we took Wednesday was to sanction esports. This year will be what they call an exhibition season, but starting next year, there will be a state champion crowned in esports, just like football, basketball, track, and other sports. So that's going to create a uniform leagues across the state, uniform matches between teams across the state, and it's really exciting because we assume, but our best guess is that's going to filter down to our middle schools, and everybody in the state will be using the same platform as other states use. In my understanding, in questioning the staff who's worked on this at the Secondary Schools Activities Association, is the platform we'll be using is the one that colleges use. It is the one that other states who have sanctioned this use. So it'll get us more in line with everybody else. And that's exciting that this sport has really, when somebody brought this to me a couple of years ago, I was like, esports, that's video games. I'm an old football coach. Video game, come on. But it is really, there are 15 colleges in the state of Oklahoma now that get scholarships for esports. So this has become a big deal.
And our students are loving it. I know I've had several conversations with families and parents and aunts and uncles that said, my student, my kid, they are talking about it. It's the first thing they wake up and talk about. They're excited to go to school when before they didn't have anything to look forward to. And this is something that, we're really thankful they have.
Well, statistically, students who are involved in extracurricular activities perform better, graduate at a higher rate, go on to earn more money, have better success at college and other careers. So this is another opportunity we've created for our students in our district and even across the state, because a lot of the students in esports are not the same students who play football or basketball. But what's interesting is you might have a football player and a basketball player and a band student competing on the same team. So it does creates a different atmosphere for us. So we're really excited to see where we go with esports and what it looks like in the next couple of years.
And continue to follow our social media feeds, because we are getting into the classroom and documenting some of that. And so we will have that out there for you guys to enjoy. Another thing that we want to celebrate is Project Aware.
Yes, Project Aware. We talked a couple times about a grant we got from the State Department. There was a smaller grant that's got social workers. I think we get 2 social workers in the elementary, 1 at the middle school and 1 at the high school for the next 4 years. And it also helped with some hope rising and some social emotional learning curriculum or mental health curriculum. Well, Project Aware is a grant. We got word that it's an $8.9 million grant that's to be shared between Lawton, Sulphur, and Davis. Now, we're quite a lot larger, or have a lot more students in those 2 schools, so we're expecting to get about $1 million a year the next 5 years or more. So we're really excited about what this could do for our district as far as mental health, the training our teachers can get, the training our counselors can get. Because one thing we've worked on, we've realized that mental health is an issue, and COVID has exacerbated that issue. We've tried to figure out a way to take duties away from counselors that aren't counseling duties. This should help with that. The other thing we all know in education is classroom teachers are counselors. They get put in situations to help students and identify when students need help. And so this grant is going to provide a lot of high-quality professional development to help our classroom teachers in how they can handle those situations and how they can help students. Because I know a lot of times classroom teachers, it frustrates them when they don't have the tools, the skills, or the resources to help students who need help more ways than educationally in the mental health era and different things. So hopefully this creates opportunities for our staff to better serve our students.
And there are job postings out there, because we are, like you said, looking for the counselors to fill the role and add more to what we already have in our district.
Yes.
So continue to look out for those posts. And speaking of hiring, we are still looking for bus drivers, correct?
Oh, bus drivers, yes. We need bus drivers. And as a lot of people need people right now, please look on. If you're looking for a job, you're looking for a part-time job, you're retired, you still feel like you could drive a bus, contact us. We'll train you. We'll help you get your CDL. We'll help you get your bus driver's license, and you could drive a bus. You could drive one route, two routes, mornings. You could drive afternoons. You can drive both. It can be a full-time job with benefits. It can be a part-time job. We're looking for bus drivers, and we need good quality people. Our bus drivers, in a lot of cases, it's the first person a student sees and the last person they see. So they're really important to us because, a friendly smile and a positive bus driver gets the day started right for our students. So we're very excited about that. So we'd love for some of the high-quality citizens we have out there to join us as bus drivers.
Mr. Hime, anything else you would like to add?
Nope, we're moving right through. It's September, the middle of September. Football season's here. As you know, we got the big rivalry game. And Lawton.
2 more weeks of that.
Yes, two more. We got MacArthur and Lawton High. And then next week we'll have a Lawton High and Lawton Eisenhower. So those are great Friday nights. Friday night football is great. And we're excited about that. We're excited about what we're doing with softball. I know we have
our girls are out there.
We got some softball teams really successful. I don't know how they're ranked right now in all the cases, but, I know Lawton Ike's softball team last year made the state tournament. And I think, from everything I've read and seen, they're really performing well again this year. And, again, when they look at the statistics we talked about extracurricular, it's not always about how successful your team was or your event. It's about participating. And so the fact we have students participating in softball and volleyball and football and band and now esports.
And we have our LPS review, which is also a contribution of our students out there. So that's out there right now.
And I think the Comanche County Fair is right around the corner. And so we've got students involved in creating opportunities and doing away with roadblocks. And that's our ultimate goal. And a big shout out to all the sponsors, the coaches, because there's some other clubs out there, the extracurricular, that I've heard meeting, the Gentlemen's Club and different things like that. It's all over the district, and we got great people creating opportunities, and just a shout out for them, and we appreciate all the things you're doing for the students at Lawton Public Schools.
Exactly, absolutely. Mr. Hime, give them our email address and our website.
Yes, we're still looking for questions. We try to answer everything that comes through. We try to get back with people. It's info@lawtonps.org. LawtonPS.org. Again, if you just want to log on to our website, you can put in LawtonPS.org and you'll get to our website and skate it. And we're always looking for advice on our website. Again, our website is used. Yes. It's a big school. There's sometimes things get left on there that somebody misses. It should be taken off. And sometimes there's things you're looking for and you can't find. Hey, send it to info. We'll add it if it's something we feel is relevant to be added. So, we appreciate input. Input helps drive the decisions we make.
We have to do it together. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're no doubt. In the middle of a pandemic, we better all work together.
That's it. Mr. Hime, thank you so much for your time this week.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time. Until next time, be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Have a wonderful weekend.